The resort is super addicting, you guys.
And thank you. Glad to hear that.
I wanted to like pace myself. I got through the first four and I was like, I'm gonna wait. Like, I'm gonna savor this one. It's really fun.
Good.
Oh my gosh. So one of the things that I was just talking to Andy about is how funny both Kristen and Will are at playing drunk.
Yes.
And you both talented. Got to interact with both of them when they were playing drunk. How much fun was that for both of you to be able to watch them kind of slip in and out of that mode on set?
I mean, it was a lot of fun. Like this show, it's like going to war with an army of clowns. You know, like every single actor in this show, it's so funny, and they have this crazy dark sense of humor that being with them every single day for 4 months in Puerto Rico was like an incredible experience. And yeah, I think you can feel that. Even if the show is also pretty deep and smart, it's very funny. It's just light, and I think the secret is like, you know, having that kind of cast on set, working at night, exhausted. That's always a good combination.
Yeah, sometimes it would be really hard, like to hold it together, you know. And as soon as they say cut, it would be like laughing a lot and say, because sometimes some scenes turn out to be really funny even though you weren't meant to be funny, you know. And at the end of the day, you do something or you say something or you do a face that you don't realize you're doing, and it's funny for the people that are watching you, and they just cut and then like, oh, come on, you know, don't do that, because I won't be able to hold it.
What was it like for both of you to film down in Puerto Rico? How long was the series? Were you filming for?
We were there for 4 months, I guess. It was a pretty intense shoot, you know, because you'll see more, and I don't want to make any spoilers, but there's a lot of jungle and caves and mud and the action. What I love about the resort is like it's a show that you never really know what the show is about. It's always changing and it's always surprising you. At the beginning, it looks like, oh yeah, it's a comedy about a resort, and then it's like, oh wait a minute, it's more like a murder mystery, and then it's like, oh no, it has some magic in it. What are we talking about here? And I had that feeling when I was reading the pages, when I was reading the scripts. I was screaming the whole time. I was screaming. And then when I saw the show on the TV, I was also screaming. And that's also a good sign, you know, like that feeling translate from the pages to the screen. So I don't know, I'm intrigued about what people think, but I think it's definitely an interesting original show.
Yeah. Gabriela, how about you?
Yeah, also the fact that it's set in Puerto Rico, that has this very special energy. I think that also kind of like discovering the place, figuring out the place until we got it. I think that journey was also really interesting, and as long as going into the story. They sometimes a teacher told me, be careful what you choose to do, because that's the energy that you attract, and that sort of becomes your life. And I felt like in a way we were in a place discovering this universe. For me, it was a new culture, new food, new places, you know, and as long as a new, completely different story to tell. So that was interesting, you know, mixing both.
Oh, definitely. This is a pretty wild vacation that these two characters end up going on. I am curious to know, did either of you ever have a wild vacation story? Anything that you feel like sharing with the audience out there?
Yeah, lots of them. I mean, I don't know where to start, and I don't know if I'm gonna regret this later. No, I guess you can have a lot of holidays, you know, like you can have the luxurious, comfortable holiday in a resort, blah, 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 blah. But I really enjoy the adventure, you know, like, I don't know, when I went to Thailand and I was in my 20s, it was like everything was new, you know, like every human interaction was fascinating. And I was seeing and doing things for the first time all the time. And I think that's the kind of holiday that stays with you forever, you know, like when you go to a crazy place, like probably when I went to Japan, to Tokyo, I never felt more like a tourist there than anywhere else, because everything's so different, you know. Like that's when I really enjoy a vacation the most, I think.
Yeah. Gabrielle, how about you? Any wild stories?
I have wild stories, but I think Morocco for me, it was a surreal vacation, and also it was a film festival, and it was crazy surreal, and I experienced Morocco in so many ways. I went traveling as well along the festival. So I went to Casablanca, which I've never been anywhere like that in the world. And the culture, the motorbike, I felt like I was gonna get run over by a bike anytime, you know?
That's